Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Deborah and I make videos on makeup, skincare and style for the optimistic over 50s and beyond. I'm really excited for today's video because I'm going to take you through a couple of mini hauls from Uniqlo and Gap. I'm also going to throw in a little Agnes B and I'm going to show you my very first pair of Birkenstocks. I have got to this ripe old age and I've never bought a pair of Birkenstocks before last week, so I'm really excited about those. So my first purchase was another linen shirt, a bit like the green one, well exactly the same as the green one that I bought in my last Uniqlo haul, and this is the pink version. I just loved it. It's kind of almost a lilac-y pink, and I just find these shirts incredibly comfortable. When I bought that green shirt back in April, the weather was really cold. Since then we've had a bit of a mini heat wave, although I'm afraid that's long gone. But when we did have that, I found that green shirt really comfortable, more comfortable in a way than wearing a t-shirt, particularly for work, although I am still working at home. But nevertheless, it was really comfortable, so I thought, and they're so reasonably priced. I think they're only $19.99. I'll link it down below for you, obviously. Yeah, so I just decided to go with another linen shirt. That is the first one. So my next item that I bought from Uniqlo is this black jacket, which is a blend of viscose, linen and polyester. I think it's lovely and light. Again, very reasonably priced. I'll drop in the image somewhere on the screen. And I just love it. I thought it'd be useful for wearing to the office. I have actually worn it once, not to the office. I wore it when I met a friend for dinner a few weeks ago when it was still warm. It's gone a bit cold in London at the moment, but it's just really versatile. It'll go over jeans, it'll go over, I suppose it would go over a dress actually. I haven't tried it over a dress, but actually that's not a bad idea. In fact, one of the Gap dresses I'm going to show you in a minute, but it's just really comfortable. It hasn't got a vent, which I like. I don't like jackets with vents really. It's just a really classic blazer style jacket that's really light and comfortable to wear. And especially in England, in the evening, if you're going out, I mean, it might have been a warm day, but it's never going to be that balmy. You don't get those fantastic balmy nights you get in, say, the south of France or Spain or somewhere, or I'm sure somewhere in places in the States. You just don't really get that here unless you've got a massive heat wave. So I think this is a really versatile piece, and I'm really glad I bought it. And again, very reasonably priced. Now, before I go to the Gap items, I just wanted to tell you something funny. Well, it's not that funny, but the dress I'm wearing, I bought from Uniqlo last year when we had a ridiculous heat wave. I mean, it was unbearably hot, especially in my little office upstairs in the top floor of my house. So I had to find, well, I was trying to find really loose, comfortable dresses that I could wear when I still looked okay on Zoom or Teams. But was kind of loose and comfortable. So this, I'm just going to stand up and show you. I haven't modelled it. Wait a minute, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you probably can't see very well. But anyway, it's a lovely loose dress. I can't remember what the material is, but I'll link it down below for you. I don't think it's available anymore, but I will check. I think there might be some styles, similar styles. Anyway, I decided to dye it, and I know that sounds a bit ridiculous, but the reason I decided to dye this dress, just because it was a mint green and I wasn't entirely sure I loved the colour, and also, you know, very light colour. I know I'm going to get it grubby in 2 seconds when I put it on. I'm always going to spill something on it because I always do. What I decided to do was, in the last haul I did of Uniqlo, I bought a shirt that was a cream pattern shirt. I'll link that video down below for you. I think I may have already said that, but I will anyway. And I decided actually it wasn't really my colour. So I thought, I wonder if I could dye it. And I checked I haven't dyed clothes since I don't know when. I wasn't even sure whether Dylon, as it turned out, is still around. Stuff I used to use back in the day, probably when I was a teenager, and I went a bit dye happy. In fact, I remember dyeing. Oh my Lord, when I think about it now, what was I thinking? I had a lovely pair of purple, well, I thought they were lovely patent round-toed shoes, kind of like cords, but with a little strap, I think. And for some ludicrous reason, I decided to dye them orange. Oh my Lord, it was not a success, as you can imagine. Anyway, I decided that I'd have a go at dyeing this yellowy pattern shirt, because yellow, and types of cream, shades of cream, are not my colour at all. They really don't suit me. It's okay down below, like on your legs, but not up near my face. Just doesn't go with my skin, makes me look really washed out. Anyway, it was a success, as you can see. I mean, I think this looks great. It's a very reasonably priced dress in the first place, only about 20 quid, I think. But anyway, this is how the shirt came out. I mean, yes, it looks exactly the same as this. The trim is very similar. But, you know, that's not bad, is it? There's no patches. The contrasting buttons and the seams here, I think, look absolutely fine. So a tip, if you have bought something that you don't like the colour of, you've decided when you get it home, God, that's terrible grammar, but you know what I mean, you've decided the colour doesn't suit you, try Dylon. I'll link the, I'll put a link below to the product that I used. It's really easy. You just stick your, well, first you've got to check the material, actually make sure that it's not going to shrink. And actually these, because I think they've got rayon in them, or they're a mix of rayon and something, and I checked that, it was perfectly fine. It said to dye that type of material. So you just put them in the machine with the little ball of Dylon, let it run. I think, I can't remember what the temperature was, but again, I'll put the details down below. And then you have to run the machine a couple of times afterwards to clean it, and then Bob's your uncle. Now, my next, I'm so excited about these. So the next item that I bought was from Gap, because last year, oh my gosh, I was trying to find a pair of comfortable shorts, again, because we had this ridiculous heat wave. We were all, you know, wilting, and I couldn't find, I mean, I had lots of shorts, but they were all for wearing on holiday, you know, in France with zips and all of that. I wanted something that I could just kind of let it all hang out in, if you know what I mean, but, you know, with some kind of modesty, right? Anyway, couldn't find anything. I think I ended up getting a little pair from Gap, actually, but they were a bit short and they were kind of more like sporty shorts. So I do wear them when I go for a, I was going to say a run. I don't go for a run. I go for a fast walk. However, so I thought actually this year I'm going to start looking really early. So I think I started looking in March to try and find a pair of shorts, just in case they all disappeared and my size was gone and all of that. Anyway, I'm delighted to say I did find a pair. In fact, I ended up buying 2 pairs, and these are they, and I'll link the picture up. I mean, they look huge, but they are so comfortable. They're a kind of a jersey material. Let me just tell you what material they actually are. Made with 90% cotton and 10% recycled polyester, and they've got loads of give. Now, I mean, size varies. I would recommend sizing up. I knew I wanted to size up. I mean, these might even be large. I can't honestly remember, but I'll link the size down below for you, because I'm quite big around the, I mean, I'm not hippie exactly, but I've got no waist really. I've got very little waist, but round the hips I'm around about 37, 38, and it's all kind of flab. It's not the most attractive thing. However, these are incredibly comfortable, and I have worn them when we had the little mini heat wave recently, and I got a pair in cream as well. Having said I don't wear cream, but actually on the bottom, so they're fine. And they are really, really comfortable, so I'm absolutely delighted with these. So that is my pair of shorts from Gap. So my next item from Gap is, well, I should say, these 2 dresses. And there they are, and they're identical, just like the shorts. And I'll drop in a picture of me wearing the stripy one. And I absolutely love these. Again, they are made of a really comfortable cotton. I don't know if it's a pure cotton. It's a t-shirt material anyway, that's what it is. And I'll drop the details down below. And I think I bought these at the same time as I bought the shorts, because I thought if I don't buy them now, they're going to disappear. And they were very reasonably priced. They're incredibly comfortable. Now, the only thing is you can't, well, I couldn't wear a normal bra with these. So I had to wear because it shows, so I wore a strapless bra, or sometimes no bra when I was at home on my own. But they are really, really comfortable. So if you are experiencing a heat wave, or if you think you are, these are definitely a good purchase. Very, very comfortable. And I think quite flattering for, you know, for a dress that's, you know, hasn't got a massive amount of structure. They don't make you look, you know, huge. I think they're really well cut. Yeah, well done Gap. Really, really pleased with those. I think they did a great job, and I have it in black as well. It needs a bit of an iron. Actually, yeah, I quite like the detail, the seam. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a seam down the middle here, and a seam around the neck, and obviously oh, actually it's got a seam down the back as well. Look at that. So it does give it structure, actually. Having said it doesn't give structure, I'm talking rubbish. It does give it structure, and it makes it hang really, really well. So very, very pleased with that. So those are my purchases from Gap. I forgot to mention another Uniqlo item. Now, I didn't buy this for myself. I bought it for my husband for Christmas, but he didn't like it. So I was going to send it back, and then I thought, actually, do you know what? Let me just try it on, because it felt, or it looked really comfortable and kind of roomy and good for sort of slobbing around in an evening. Anyway, this is it. It's a sweatshirt, and it did have the little tie in there, but I've lost it. It's got a little hood. And you know what? I absolutely love wearing it. In fact, I loved it so much, I bought a grey one as well. So I just thought I'd share with you a couple of Agnes B pieces that I got. And the reason I got them was because my husband had bought something for me for Christmas from Agnes B, which didn't fit. So I took it back and I exchanged it for a couple of t-shirts. And this is the first one, which I really like. I love the style. I don't normally buy things with writing on or slogans, but actually I really like that. Be yourself. Yeah, why not? It's a very comfortable t-shirt. Sorry, it needs a bit of an iron. But the boxy shape is great. It fits me perfectly and goes with lots of things. So really like that. Try and drop in a picture if I can. And then this one, which I've worn a lot more actually, because of the weather. It's got long sleeves, so it's, you know, warmer. And again, it's just lovely actually. Gosh, that looks like it could do with a bit of a wash. Sorry. You know, I always get makeup around the top. I don't know if you get this. Anyway, I think it's all this bronzer I've been wearing lately. But I really, really love this. It's lovely and soft cotton. It's, you know, neither of them were cheap. Let's be blunt. Agnes B is a high-end store, but it's a great store. And if you're, it seems to work very well for me being sort of petite on top. Not on the bottom, unfortunately, but having small shoulders, things tend to fit me quite well around the top. Anyway, I'll put the details down below for you. The stores are now open. I don't know if you can buy online. You probably can. Anyway, I thought I would share with you those high-end pieces just because they're beautiful. Anyway, the final thing I want to talk about is my Birkenstocks. I've actually bought a pair of Birkenstocks. I can't quite believe it. I think they look absolutely great. I haven't worn them outside yet because they only arrived a couple of days ago. So there's a bit of a story about me being against Birkenstocks. I always thought of them as orthopedic sandals. And I remember saying this to a couple of the girls I worked with years ago who got a pair. And I was like, why would you wear those? I suppose because they reminded me a bit of Dr. Scholl that I used to have, you know, back in the day. Anyway, they've been all over the internet and I just thought, oh, let's just give them a go. Come on, get out of your comfort zone, Deborah, you know, give it a go. Anyway, I'm really delighted with them. I haven't actually worn them out yet because they only arrived a couple of days ago. But when I ordered them, what I really liked is you could choose a narrow fitting, and my feet are very narrow, especially my ankles, but even the top half, although I must admit I have got what looks like a bunion. Oh man, honestly, getting older. We're optimistic, it's fine, we'll get over it. Anyway, so because they had the narrow fitting, I just thought, actually, this is going to be really good for me. This is going to fit me well. And they really do. They are absolutely lovely. Now, these were about £80. They're not cheap. And you can get cheaper ones, but I just really fancied the black. I'll drop in a picture if I can. I'll try to get a picture of my feet, which I've not done before. But they are really, really nice and they feel comfortable. So there you have it. That's my UNIQLO Gap Birkenstock and Agnes B hauls for summer 2021. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up, and better yet, subscribe to the channel and click the little notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And let me know in the comments what you think of the clothes. Do you like Uniqlo or Gap? Have you ever visited Agnes B? What about Birkenstocks? Are you going to give them a go, or have you always been wearing them? Anyway, thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.